In the past few times you told me about him, he seemed particularly romantic. I haven't been particularly romantic. And every time you guys hang out, you seem to get stressed or worried. I love you, Mai, but she's so worried all the time. I just want to make sure you actually like the guy and it's not some kind of crazy crush gone awry. I turned back to the mirror, pursing my lips. The fact that she's the one saying it is like, wow, man. I'm actually really quickly going to go into this little thing. Wow, I have a couple of messages here. I'm gonna read these messages from Phantom Savage. Hey Carl, you're really bad with money, so Aaron is doing a thing right now. If you donate $300, you get a 15-minute Skype call with him, or if you donate $500, he'll talk about you for a solid 2 minutes on Game Grumps. Phantom, you mentioned it in the chat, but you're the fucking worst. You fucking dickhead. Actually the worst. God damn. I wish I could punch him in the fucking face. One day, I'll be able to. What's up, Kinder? I already said hi to you. Phantom's fuck fetish Wendy's. There used to be a Wendy's by us, but there is not anymore, and I'm kind of sad there isn't, because those chicken nuggets make my dick rock hard. Talking solid like diamonds. It's true. My microphone, holy shit. I'm getting to that point of drunk where it's like, Medi! What's up, buddy? Ladies and gentlemen, the indomitable Meteor Meltdown. What a piece of shit. Medi, we're gonna get a cat when I move in. Just letting you know. We don't have to tell the landlord about it. It's fine, he doesn't need to know. Also, make sure Eddie gets the fuck out now. Kick him out. Please. I want to be there. Make it happen. I hope that picked up on the camera. I just sprayed Hawaiian Punch through my fucking sides like some sort of crazy cobra. What the fuck's a Kittler? Can we get a kitten? If we find a kitten with a little mustache, then yes. Absolutely. We don't know if the bird's a robot or not yet. I should probably Dude, I'm gonna save it over... No. I'm gonna save it there. Good. What is this, Medi? Look at that fucking Kittler! I love him! He's the best! It's great! Look at all these little Kittlers. I love them. John did say the wrong thing a lot, which should probably be taken as actual in consideration. Like he was trying to hurt my feelings on purpose or something. But that wasn't the truth of it. John wasn't the kind of person. Alright. Before we continue, I want to say one thing. My mother mentioned that she wanted to make some penne alla vodka. And I expressed the interest of wanting to go into the alcohol store for the reasons of getting alcohol. And I was like, I don't know if she wants Absolute or if she wants Smirnoff. So I got both. And I forgot that Absolute vodka is 80 proof. I only have this much in me. And I'm feeling it super hard, Mr. Krabs. I feel like I'm gonna fucking fall apart in any second and I'm gonna throw up everywhere. That's a lie. I'm not actually, because I didn't have that much. Smirnoff boys. She wants layers, nigga. God damn. That wasn't the truth of it. John wasn't the kind of person. He just thought differently from other people. Oh, Medi, I don't know if you know about Asagao Academy, but date YouTubers were doing John's route. And Jock got fucking murdered. We replaced him with a real bird. The real bird's a dick. Just catching you up. That wasn't the truth of it. John wasn't that kind of person. He just thought differently from other people. That didn't make him any less sincere for his feelings any less real.
Well...
I'm also drinking out of a Sonic the Hedgehog cup. It's Sanic. Well... Now that I thought about it, why did I like him? When I tried to think of a reason, I just got happy feelings in my stomach and images of John and Jock together. I couldn't verbalize it. But Maya was waiting for my answer. I forgot that's a thing. Fuck. He's blunt.
Really?
Pass it, bro. Imagine being drunk saying you're too slow. Kamen Rider Burb coming to a theater near you in 2018. You like that about him? Yeah, I do. It inspires me to be more direct too. I don't know if he should really be your inspiration, but I guess if he's encouraging you to be more upfront about your feelings, that's a good thing. Heaven knows you can bottle things up sometimes. My hair was finally laying flat, and I spun in a small circle to make sure nothing was out of place. Maya watched me spin. So is that all then? She looks at me expectantly, and I flew into a blind panic. If I couldn't think of a reason for liking him, did that mean I didn't sincerely like him? Was that some kind of crazy infatuation? Was I more in love with love than with him? I was content with not stating the extent of our feelings. Now really, it didn't seem like the time to add more to either plates. But maybe that was a bit calculated on my part. I wasn't even sure what the extent of my feelings were, and if that was the case for me, couldn't it be the same for him? No. Wasn't it more likely that he was trying to take advantage of me in some way? Just because I was being nice to him? Well, have you ever seen his dick, Mai? And Mai's like, no! What the fuck? I've seen Jared's. And Hana goes, what? Mai goes, what? You're crazy, Hana. You're crazy. If you need time to think about it, that's okay. There's a knock at the door. My savior. I quickly pocketed my phone in my wallet and turned to Mai. We can finish this conversation when I get back, okay?
Bye-bye.
It is a pretty good dick. John stood in front of my door, beaming as usual, and holding... roses? I'm pushing up roses. Go, John, why did you drag me here? You brought me here to go on a date with a girl? I mean, thank you, I guess. I got birds on my tits. Macbeth isn't like that at all. Medi, don't fucking lie. You and I both know that it's absolutely like that. Like that time that Paul walked into our room and whipped his dick out with Paul. With Paul. Paul walked in with Josh and Nick, and they just whipped their dicks out. You're like, what the fuck, dude? If you wanted the dick fest, you should have just said so. This is the Magfest game. Pretty much. It basically is. Hey, I got these for you. Oh, wow, well, thank you. Magfest is code name for big gay orgy. Yes. I took the bouquet of roses from his hand, staring into the curled blooms. I can't wait for next year either. It's going to be fantastic. I'd never forgotten flowers before, and I I'd never gotten flowers before, and I didn't really know how to accept them. My parents owned a half-flower shop, that, after all. I was usually the person selling the flowers, not the one getting them. I didn't own a vase. I didn't even have anywhere to put them. 1 second. What's up, meaty? Oh, back already? Whoa, nice roses! Medi, if you're gonna go as McCree, then I'm gonna go as Roadhog, and we can fucking do this shit. I guess Shay can be Junkrat. Kinda fits, to be honest. Yeah, John brought them for me. Putting the moves on you, well, but I didn't know you liked roses. Yeah. Ah, yeah. I searched my face. Imagine John saying, "Baby, you're a firework." A part of me right now, the next time I see Nicole, really wants to ask her if, at any point when she's fucked John, when he ejaculated, he just shouted, "Baby, you're a firework!" 'Cause, hot damn, that would be fantastic. Awful, but fantastic. I'm not gonna do it because Nicole would just stare at me like, "What?" And I'd be like, "I'm sorry." Actually, she'd probably laugh. I'm fairly certain she wouldn't give a shit. My searched my face. You don't, do you? It's just so many people came to my parents' store again taking roses to the partners, and my parents left. There was no thought in it. They don't seem like a meaningful gift to me. But at least he's trying. Anyways, can you find a place to put these? Sure, go on, get out of here. I smiled. Medi, tell Shay that he's a bitch. I smiled in thanks and headed back out into the hall. Okay, let's get going. Right, where are we off to today? I thought a lot about it, and there's this crazy good restaurant in the mall. I made reservations for a romantic candlelit meal for 2. A candlelit dinner. For lunch. A candlelit dinner. For lunch. Dude, it's gonna be an Olive Garden. This would be great. Just to have unlimited breadsticks. John watched me eagerly, anticipating my reaction. Oh, great. Sounds like fun. He grinned broadly, pumping his arm as if he just won a game or something. I chuckled quietly to myself. I'm gonna be right back really quick. I have to go pee, and I also have to get more ice. So I'll be right back. Oh my god, if I can stand, that would be fantastic. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag floating through the wind, waiting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards from close and caving in? Do you ever feel so very, very near, 6 a.m. no one even seen a thing? You know that there's still a spark in you. You decided it's gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just don't ignite like a fire burns in the light. Thank you, Scardead fangirl, for the follow. I apologize for breaking your eardrums. But did you know that, baby, you're a firework? Come on down and watch your worth and make it go, as you shoot across the sky. Yeah, I'll put 2 in. Why not? Rude. Legitimately rude. Please do not splash. That is the most fucked you could be. God, it looks like a fucking murder scene, Jesus Christ. It's just red everywhere. So I went and grabbed some cupcakes also. Got some little hostess cupcake. What is this link? Kindred. I'm gonna take a look.
Bring on the mariachi band!
Thank you. He grinned broadly, pumping his arm as if he just won a game or something. I chuckled quietly to myself. Sure, so candlelit dinners at lunchtime weren't my jam, but he was still taking me out and trying to show me he cared, even if it was in the most stereotypical way possible. Maybe there wasn't as much thought in it as I would have liked, but the feeling was still there. I could go along with this. Thank you for naming your Mankey after me. It'd be better if you used a Snorlax, because I hate myself. That's what I told myself, but holy shit was this awkward. John and I were seated around a table in the back of a dimly lit room, partially secluded from the rest of the restaurant by plants and paper screen dividers. Partially secluded, as we were surrounded by bickering families and old people after the usual discount lunch. It was unusually hot, and the couple to our right kept hissing barbs at each other and under their breath. The wife had already threatened to divorce her husband twice. Holy shit. That is some fucking toxic. You okay? You're looking kind of pensive. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I was just thinking. We should get a divorce. And John just goes, what? I'm taking the bird. Thankfully, the waiter came to take our orders. I asked for water with extra ice, and the man smiled knowingly at me. Just before walking away, he produced a small dark box from his apron. He set it in front of me and winked. With a quick glance at John, he was off. What's this? Open it up. It looked like a jewelry box. John wouldn't buy me jewelry, would he? It's the necklace. I told you John would give her a pearl necklace. I told you.
That Frankenstein just flipped me the double bird, and then lasers came out. 2 can play at that game.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Pretty fantastique, if I do say so myself. Named the Togepi, and a use explosion and missed. Well, sorry to say, That's life. It looked like a jewelry box. John wouldn't buy me jewelry, would he? I grabbed the cardboard lid and ever so gently lifted it up. And inside were 2 small pink flowers, shaped out what seemed to be some kind of sugar. Oh my gosh. These are beautiful. Aren't they? I had them picked up especially for you. I figured you probably never had one considering they're so expensive. He faltered in the middle of his sentence, for once aware that he was saying that what he was saying was not the best thing given the situation. Anyways, they're my favorites. This whole man from back home used to make some every March and bring them to all the neighbors, which is a lot easier said than done because some of the grounds were huge and he had to walk quite a ways.
Really?
My throat hurts a little bit. I should drink some tea. Why would he do all that? March was a month of anniversaries for him and his wife, and the neighborhood and the country and all the stuff in the neighborhood. That's so cute. My neighborhood used to have communal barbecues and movie nights and stuff like that. Really? Really? People would get together to help watch over each other's kids, and there was a yard sale, someone was moving out, everyone helped out, and there was this one guy who would stroke my leg really gently and call me princess, and I don't know what happened to him, but they said he was going away for a very long time. Disgusting. We knew what it was like to be sad and tired all the time, so everyone tried to help out where they could. We were usually happier helping someone out than when we were on our own. Fucking Jesus Christ. Sentence comprehension's getting bad. That's so sweet. He peered at the flower in the box. So you already know about this then? I know about the feeling behind it, but I've never had this before. I'm excited to try some. Great! He leaned toward me, resting his chin in his palm. His eyes stared deeply into my own, watching me intently. So does this mean we're gonna fuck? Did he expect me to eat it now? I was hoping to eat it after the meal. Sugar on an empty stomach usually made me feel sick. But seeing his excitement, I expressed a sigh and took the flower out of the box. Oh! The flower was half crushed by my fingers, even though I tried to pick it up gently. Careful, these things are really fragile. John, with the lightest of touches, took the flower from my hand and set it in his palm. Then he held it out for me. Here, eat it. I closed my eyes and went to take a bite into it, but it was hard and weird when it entered my mouth. It smelled funny too, and I bit down. John screamed in pain. That's not how you do it, Hana, you stupid bitch! I'm getting Bill Cosby. Too soon. Fuck. I'm not gonna bite. Go ahead. Blushing furiously, I leaned forward and opened my mouth. John popped the flower into my mouth. It melted immediately. It was sweet and light, almost kind of like cotton candy. Yeah! So you do know it! The waiter brought in our food at that moment, which was a good thing because he blocked my completely incredulous expression from John's view. We headed back immediately after eating. John pausing previously for him to cut the day so short. I shrugged it off. I know you have to play in the tournament to prepare for. Thanks for taking me. Fuck. Thanks for taking some time off for me. You're busy enough as it is. Are you sure you're gonna be able to handle everything? Yeah. I guess. I mean, if I had to suck. Fuck John, he's the worst. Bye, Gwen Stacy. Have a good night. I liked you in that Spider-Man comic where Peter Parker died and you got the spider powers. That was a good one. I like Spider-Gwen. I'm going to look at that Drake. That's a minute and 50, I don't care. But I saw pink guy and a red dick. Hold the fuck on. It's not red dick. It's Super Sentai. Damn. But I died. Not in Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen's the best. She has a really cool outfit with that little white hood. It looks real cool. I have you and everyone else to help me if I need it. It should be fine. He grinned, all optimism and cheer once again. I wasn't convinced. It was a lot to do in only a few weeks, and if there was one thing I knew from projects, it was that people usually underestimated how long they took to finish. I'm gonna eat one of these cupcakes. Who wants to see me eat a cupcake? Hooray! Oh. Oh, so good. John chuckled.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
I was so worried about today. Were you really? Ah, totally. I'm sure. I've never been on a real date before, and I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. Never been on a real date, huh? The generic roses, the candlelit meal, the sugar-spun flower. Suddenly it all made sense. It stuck to my mouth, though. It wasn't that John didn't know what I liked, it was that he was too concerned about what he should be doing. John had overthought our date and it trying to consider my feelings. The thought was so funny I burst out laughing right then and there.
What?
What's so funny? He's so hurt. Poor John. Ladies, get you a man who could do both. Know what I'm saying? Why haven't I been banned? All I've been doing is being the fucking worst in the goddamn world. I don't get it. You're just surprisingly cute. Surprisingly? Yes, surprisingly. We finally made it to my door, and as I did, we remembered the question Mai asked earlier. I said I would talk to her about it when I got back. Well, thanks for today, John. It was really fun. Wait, before you go, I gotta eat this cupcake. Oh. I could devour an entire box of these cupcakes in one sitting. Because I am large, in charge, and ready to be Marge. Make Huron great again. Holy shit. There is the much needed intake of water. The chocolate's all stuck in my mouth. Help, please. I won't go away. Before you go... John dug around in his pocket. Internally, I balked. More presents? It's the necklace. He withdrew another small black box and handed it to me. I got this for you. I took it, glanced up at him. More sugar flowers? No. Open it up and see. Hesitantly, almost warily, I pulled open the tab on the box. I lifted the lid, and a boxing glove socked me right in the fucking face. John started laughing. Oh boy, that was great. John. You said the box was the necklace. Hey, what did I fucking say? I remembered that it was your mom's favorite, so I figured you'd want one of your own. It's the bird. The bird flies out and scratches her face off. John sits there laughing maniacally, fire in his eyes. Now you can kind of be twins, except for the being dead part. I told you John would get her a pearl necklace. I just heard my own wink that was actually scary. Like, legitimately scary. That's cute. That is cute. It's not much, but I thought it might be nice. It was kind of like paying my respects to her, even if I'll never get to meet her.
John.
John. With trembling fingers, I clasped it around my neck. Does it look alright? It looks awful. I shouldn't have gotten this for you. Goddamn. Definitely, you look beautiful. Your mom would be proud. Oh god, oh no, why are you crying? Did I do something wrong? Did I overstep my bounds? I think this happened to me once. It was really weird. Oh my god, stop crying. Holy shit, please stop. What did I do? I pulled him into a hug, burying my face into his shoulder. Nothing, this is a good kind of crying. John patted my shoulders awkwardly. Good? I guess?
Why these pearls smell like shit?
I got her one just like this last. Christ, Denise.
These pearls smell like shit.
Let me check my phone real quick, make sure I don't have any text messages. I don't. There's a Facebook thing. One of my friends gave me a poke. I'm going to do that same thing right now after it loads. There we go. It's done. The deed is done. What has this friend been doing? Hold the fuck up. Facebook! What are you doing? Holy shit. Facebook, please. Please. Bye, Korak. Have a good night. I shouldn't have eaten chocolate and then drank fruity fruits. It was a bad idea. Out of my sight, you fucking phone. I wiped my tears and stepped away from him, unable to meet his eyes. Sorry. Right, well then I'm gonna go. Thank you so much, John. We should do this again sometime. Sorry, I had gas. Yeah, definitely. John skipped happily away down the hall, hardly a care in the world.
Hannah.
Oh hey, back already? Yeah, I am.
What?
Nice necklace. John gave that to you? I nodded, then took my hands. I know John can mess up sometimes, but he's really just the sweetest, most considerate guy in the world.
Are we talking about the same John here?
I pulled away from her, chuckling lightly. It's weird, Sometimes John can be such a buffoon, saying the wrong thing at precisely the wrong time, completely ignorant of what he could say to a girl. But then the other half of the time, he can be super sensitive, understanding when someone doesn't even say anything. I shrugged. Also, something about Chaos Emeralds, I guess. I just don't get it. But you like it. Of course I like it. Well, good. You were so sad the other day, I was real worried. Actually, I was so caught up in the date that I completely forgot about Mr. Bunny, too. Mr. Bunny? I glanced around my bed, looking for the tattered eye patch, and never introduced Mai to him, which was kind of sad. Where was it? She threw it out. Oh no. Where was it? I looked through the covers of my bed, then under the pillow, then inside the pillow, then under the bed, then between the bed and the wall. What's going on? Where is it? Where's my Mr. Bunny?
What?
What? There was an eye patch with a button on it. It was fabric, and it was Mr. Bunny, or what was left of him in it. My shifted uncomfortably, and I stopped mid-sentence. You. Hunter took out a knife and sliced Mai's throat. I thought it was trash, so I threw it out when we were cloning up. I dashed out the back of her and rode straight to the dumpsters. The cool air chilled my skin, and I barely noticed it. Fling open the lid of the first dumpster, I lifted myself up over the edge and was about to jump in when... Hana, stop! The trash gets picked up Sunday mornings. Mr. Bunny's gone. I stopped, hanging half out of the dumpster. The smell of rotten milk and old bits of food wafted into my face. Slowly, I lured myself back down to the ground.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if I had known, I would have never done it. No. No, it's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. I'm gonna fucking kill you in your goddamn sleep. You
Really?
do? I nodded. After all, I had real friends now. I didn't need to rely on Mr. Bunny anymore. I'm okay. I'll be fine. Maya searched my face and she grabbed hold of my hand. Come on, let's go back inside. It's Sunday night after all. We should have some fun. Winky face. I know. Can you believe that? She says, I love you, and he says, I know. What the hell? I kind of like it. I think it makes sense.
No!
No. Just makes him a dick. This is why Luke is way better, and he should have gotten the girl. Everyone, hashtag sub to Youngtown. It's a good response, Anise. They're siblings. Yeah, but they weren't at first. They could have. I didn't realize they were talking about Star Wars. They weren't at first. They could have. They're siblings, Maya. What the hell's wrong with you? I'm just saying that I think Luke's sexiness goes way unappreciated just because he's... I can't believe you're vouching for incest. Oh, my neck. Fuck, that hurt. Hey, yo. How's it going, Maddie? I can't believe you're vouching for incest. They did it in Clueless, too. Get out of my face. Fuck. Maya's actions were not intentional. I was sure that if she could go back, she would stop herself from throwing away Mr. Bunny. As sad as I was, I should try my hardest to let it go, let it go, let it go in my ass. Shay doesn't want to be Junkrat? Who does he want to be then? Because Junkrat kind of fits him perfectly. This is chapter 4? Now say Romeo. John held a small chunk of a cracker before the new jock, who twitched his head from side to side. Romeo! Come on now, I know you can do it. Romeo! New jock blinked at John. John dragged his hands through his hair. He'd been at this for the last 3 hours, all just trying to teach Jock the word Romeo. It apparently took him the first 2 hours to get Jock to hold still in command, and now John was stuck in the very first word Juliet should know in the play. At this rate, I doubted his plan was really going to work out. If Jock couldn't learn the word Romeo, how was he going to learn wherefore, or forsooth, or bane? The first word is always the hardest. After that, it gets easier, way easier. I nodded silently. Are you telling me that Shane is a fucking shit-ass, edgy, emo kid? Because I'll punch Shay in the face with my wiener. I nodded silently. Romeo! Say the word Romeo! Say Romeo, for God's sakes! It's true, Maddie. You're pretty right. John? I rested a hand on his arm and he glanced at me. You're right, sorry. He swallowed, setting down the small cracker. You think you could take over? I need a break.
Yeah.
Sure, of course. John collapsed into his bed, a hand over his eyes. I bit my lip. He was so stressed out, and if he was wasting all of his time on Jock, he wouldn't be able to practice. I turned to the new Jock. It sure is a shame that this Jock isn't human. Hana, how about you go fuck yourself? How about that, Hana, you fucking dickhead? You know, I bet a human Juliet would be able to do this easily. What a weird thought, right? I looked meaningfully at John, but he was barely listening. I heard the costumist made a Juliet costume too. She likes the design on it. It's real pretty. It's a shame I won't be able to wear it. John scoffed. What a waste of her time. Holy shit. So, what made you want to have Jock play Juliet in the first place? John rubbed his face, exhaling deeply. He was mushing his cheeks into little puffs like a chipmunk. Jock has star quality, unlike anything I've ever seen. He saw him, then he instantly loved him, and he had an effect on people unlike any other. That it factor, you know? He was practically begging to go into show business, and if we could just make it happen, imagine where it would take us. A grin spread across his face. I nodded slowly. And this Jock is the same? No! What are you, stupid? Well, there's only one Jock now, so he'd better be. There was the note of finality in his voice, so I turned back to the bird in question. Romeo. Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Nothing. The play was only 2 weeks away. Would Jock really be ready in time? If he wasn't, the play would be a total disaster. Oh no! I looked at John again, my conversation with Mai from just a few days before bouncing around in my mind. If he got a human Juliet, almost as... He said, Mai said to look for opportunities, right? Well, here was one. I took a deep breath. I really think you should consider a human Juliet. Maybe you and Jock, the old Jock, would have been able to pull it off. But not this one. John sat up and blinked at me. I expected immediate refusal, but instead cogs were turning in his mind. Maybe you have a point. A pained expression crossed his face, and I wasn't sure whether it was because he missed the old Jock, he was mourning the opportunity lost, or he was trying to imagine the play in a different way that he had the entire year. Probably all three. Maybe. But you know, what if we tried a new technique? Yeah! We'll let him outside if he gets a word right. That'll definitely be enough incentive, right? He beamed at me, and I was too glad to finally see him smiling again to turn him down. Besides, once John decided on something, that was how he was doing it.
But the others... Fuck it!
Pretty good. Not gonna lie, pretty good. You wanna fuck the burb. With a sigh, he turned back to Jock. Romeo. Say the word Romeo.
Hey.
You know, you've gotten a lot better with birds. I thought things would get worse after Jock destroyed Mr. Bunny. Yeah. Well, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. And it was kind of hard to be afraid of something when you were furious with it. It was the middle of the week, and class just ended. John, as he often did nowadays, went rushing out the door as soon as the bell rang. I put my books in my bag, intending to follow to help out with today's Jock training session when PBG stopped me.
Hey.
Hana, can I talk with you for a second? I'm in a little bit of a rush, but okay. I moved a step past him, but PBG threw an arm out to stop me. I don't think it can, but let's not talk here. PBG and I headed out on the campus away from the flood of students in their listening ears. Maddie, Jock's route is not fun. It is awful. It is terrible. It is horrifying, and it is scary. You do not want this. It's actually the worst route in this game. PBG and I headed out onto the campus, away from the flood of students in their listening ears. His face was grim, his hands firmly in his pockets. With each step we took, my anxiety increased. Well, first you have to reject everyone else in the game, which gives you the choice of either Jock or Ian from the Hidden Block Club. And if you choose Jock, You rewrite his programming so he only loves Hana, and he rejects John, and then everyone thinks Hana has an absolute mental disorder because she wants to fuck a bird, and it's like super serious and terrifying, and Hana acts like a total psychopath and almost kills Mai at one point for breaking Jock, and it's actually the worst route. Also, Mai's a Time Lord. That route, she's basically just like straight up saying like, yo, I'm gonna go back in time and make sure she doesn't fall in love with Jock. It's fucking something. The dialogue is fucking A+. It's fantastic. I need to check OBS, make sure it's going still. What was wrong that PBG had to talk to me about it? It wasn't until we got to the soccer field, nearly empty considering it was just after class, PBG told me what was on his mind. Is John okay?
What?
What? Yeah, this is her trying to get her ships. It's like, which one do you want to date? And then she instantly loves them unconditionally. And it's fucked. And that whole route is just Mai going, you don't want this. And her going, fuck you! What makes you ask something like that? He gave me a look, one that said, I'm not stupid, that's what. I sighed. His grades are failing. He's hardly sleeping anymore. And on top of that, he's not showing up to meetings or paying any attention to club business. He's one of the founders. He can't just leave everything to us. We're a team. We all need to work together. I kind of feel like having some pizza rolls right now. And now he's dragged you into it too. What do you mean dragged me into it? I want to help him. Besides, I'm perfectly fine.
No.
Something hard on my screen, what the fuck? I've seen you rushing off after every class, following him to our room. Then you stay until I show up after soccer practice, and you rush right on out without so much as a hello. What's going on? Are you two doing the fuck? Hana. Are you do the fuck and suck? Cause count me in, let's have a three-way. So saith the publica. Medi, I didn't know you were in this game. It's so you. It's perfect. It fits perfectly. It's you. Have you even had time to sleep, study, go to dinner? You don't go to dinner with John, do you? You guys aren't dating, are you? I grabbed his arms on impulse, gently rubbing them to prevent the boy from an imminent heart attack.
Hey!
PBG, calm down. Please calm down. I know things are looking bad right now, but what? But they would get better? There wasn't a chance in hell that would happen. Now John being completely one of the suggestions. But we'd win the tournament? Those odds look bleak, but I had time to practice. Let me look at this journal. I hope it's fine. I was kind of hoping in my prior practice to change the vice. Strategy as always would pan out for me. Hey buddy, we're gonna do the sex. God, all I'm saying is, I've never seen PBG and Medi in the same room. So I mean, they could totally be the same people. And I would never know. Ever. Never ever. What could I really say? PBG seemed to be thinking about the same thing. He took a hand out of his pocket and rested it on my arm. We formed a weird kind of circle, both trying to comfort the other. You shouldn't be allowed to drag you into this too. You actually, factually, 1,000,000,000% have. I don't know, I mean, my eyes looked away for a second from both of you, so it's very possible that you could have just changed clothes. Holy shit. It's one thing to risk his own well-being, but PBG seems sincerely distressed about what possible harm was coming to. The thought was both charming and slightly ludicrous. In spite of myself, I started giggling. What? Why are you laughing at me? It's nothing, it's just... You're so thoughtful, Medi.
What?
What? I wiped my tears from my eyes, struggling to remain calm. You're always looking out for me, I really do appreciate it. No, it's really nothing. You're right that it's making things a little bit tougher on me. But that's okay, I volunteered for this. Medi, it's okay, I know that you're not PBG. It's because you're Jordan underneath. You're the anti-PBG. You've been disguising yourself this whole time. You thought I wouldn't notice, but you're so good with makeup. You know? I knew it right away. Motherfucker. You talking about horror games and shit? You think you're fucking slick? I got your number. Written down in my phone. I can text you right now if I wanted to. I volunteered for this. Jordan's our evil clone, baby. You're not wrong. Things are bad, but I just can't abandon John. Not when he clearly needs me most. But I can't be there all the time. Can you try and make sure he's eating and sleeping? There's no way you'll be able to get everything done. It's not looking like the damage. PBG pouted, seeming somewhat annoyed. I felt bad getting involved too, but I knew he could count on me when I needed help. There's no stopping John if he doesn't want to, but I can try. But why is he like this? That's not for me to share. PBG glanced away for a second, running a hand through his hair. So you like him then?
What?
Of course I don't. There was that look again, the I'm not stupid. Maybe a little. Well, and here I am with this pearl necklace for you and some roses behind my back, and this is how I'm fucking treated? I'm peanut butter fucking gamer, you dick. I know what my rights are. Bye, Scarlet. Have a good night. Did it actually say maybe a little? Hold up. No, it says maybe. It says maybe a little. They forgot the A. There's a lot of typos. Well, that's fine. Yeah, maybe you'll be good for him. He sighed heavily. I wasn't at all the joyous, teasing response I was expected from him. Do you not think we'd make a good couple? I know it seems unlikely. No, just the opposite. You guys would make each other happy. I can really see it worked out in the long term. He sighed again. Then why are you... Anyways, I don't want to keep you. We have practice today anyways. This is really sad. PBG wants to suck. I better not see you in his room when I get back. Go home early today and get some work done. Look after yourself.
See you later.
I will. Thanks, BG. Fuck, I'm so dead inside. I rushed off the field, hoping I didn't miss anything important during today's teaching lesson. He wants to cuck your suck. Fuck. There were only 2 days left until the first performance. Surely there was something we could do. It was the day before the play, and the new jock was nowhere even close to ready. We only just managed to keep him in his studio costume throwing off the hat. There's no way we were going to be able to Shakespeare unintelligible audience. John paced nervously before me, biting his fist. Bags lined his eyes. His face was pale, and every time I came over his room was another degree messier than I thought humanly possible. When hanging around him for the past few days, it was clear he was completely consumed by thoughts of the play. I tried to distract him by talking of other things, telling stories, making jokes, but it was no use. This is my last cup. I might not even drink the whole thing. This absolute fucked me super hard in the ass. He immediately likened it to the play afterwards. Do you think we'll be able to get Jock to do something like that? I've never been so near a human putting themselves under so much stress, and I had no idea what to do. At this point, I was worried about more than just the playing tournament. I was seriously concerned about his health. If he was like this now, how would he be 5 years in the future when his job and family's future was on the line? Fuck me. If he kept going like this, something had to give. I didn't want to have to watch that happen. Hana. I jumped. John stopped pacing and was now facing me, a look of utter defeat in his face. I really don't know what to do. I don't think this Jock is gonna work out.
Really?
He finally realized it? Up until now, he'd been adamant that we just required a little bit more time. You're an asshole, Hana. It's just that I'm so frustrated. Absolutely everything else is going perfectly. The sets are done, the extras are doing amazing, all the other actors and actresses are kicking ass, the costuming is out of this world for a school production. I just don't get why this Jock is being a dick. It's like he's a bird. The lighting, the sound design, the props, everything is set up for it to be a perfect play, except for this, and I don't know what to do. Alright. I think I wish she called me red-handed, sitting on the girl next door. Picture this will be my brother butt naked, banging on the bathroom door. How could I forget that I had given her an extra key? All this time she was standing there, she never took her eyes off me. He collapsed into a seat on the couch and I wrapped an arm around him. This isn't even counting the tournament. I've been trying to practice every night, but half the time I fall asleep when I start. And then PPG comes home and we have to do our assignments and I stay up late doing those. I must be missing something. There must be some way to make this work. It'll be okay. Don't worry, it'll all work out. I mean, you're giving it everything we've got, aren't you? That's a lot of red. It's true. That has to mean it'll work out. I rubbed his back, staring straight ahead. Truth be told, I didn't think it was going to work out. The writing was on the wall, but I could see where he was coming from. Even now I held a small sliver of hope that maybe, just maybe, a miracle would somehow occur. It seems stupid to suggest the grandiosity of a miracle for something as silly as a school play, but still. Maybe that miracle consisted of a simple choice. You sure you don't want to switch to a human Juliet? Fuck you! John flinched and shrugged my arm off his shoulder. Of course not. I have a vision for this play, Hana. A vision! Besides, do you think switching now would do anything? She need her costume adjusted, the lines memorized. We'd have to redo and relearn the blocking for everyone to finally reach pops and she'd have to be sufficiently talented. It won't work. I clenched my hands together in my lap, rubbing my thumbs over each other. Sure, it'd be a lot of work, but I felt like John was just determined to be as miserable as possible. Shit, son. If he wasn't so set in his ways, if he actually listened to other people's advice or suggestions, this wouldn't have happened. He honestly brought this all on himself, but he couldn't see that. It was Jock's fault, or the world was a mean place. It had nothing to do with him being what I amounted to, honestly speaking, a bad leader. Wow. Fuck you, Hana. But I gritted my teeth. What we're telling him to now, he'd just get even more angry, no doubt. If he wouldn't listen, he wouldn't listen. It's just... John's voice caught in his throat and he took a few deep breaths before starting over. A small pang of guilt hit me, but I shook it off. My head's swimming. It's just that it's not just me counting on this to work. There's so many people who put the time and effort, the passion. So many people who worked so hard to give up sleep, hurt themselves, worried about this play. And now because I couldn't teach this damn bird, it's all going to pieces. He put his face in his hands. I feel like George Lucas after he realized the Phantom Menace was actually a piece of shit. Roasted. I rubbed his back, nodding. This bitch needs to stop rubbing his back and start rubbing that dick. There was nothing else I could really say. The truth of the situation was that John messed up, and nothing I said or did would cushion the blow. John was in charge of the entire play. If something went wrong, he was by virtue of that position at least partially at fault. For he made the decision to do that thing, or trust that person somewhere down the line. I won't be as bad as you're imagining, I'm sure. That, at least, was something I could truthfully say. John shook his head again, then wrapped his arms around me and buried his face in my shoulder. I stroked his hair and we sat like that in silence. Then he whipped his dick out. It was all we could do. Finally, Romeo and Juliet's opening day arrived. I made it to the theater an hour early, and the whole time this was going to be an absolute bitch to put on. The other customers began to show. Wait, did she put on an outfit? Oh, hot is gonna be though, Juliet. Slowly, the other cast members began to show up. Warm-ups were performed, makeup was put on, stretchers were stretched. Actors were an interesting bunch. Some of them were completely insufferable. The kind of people who try to take a shit from others because they were definitely were making up for something else. Talking about that dick size, baby. Some were also shallow people who collected numbers and treated everyone like a best friend that I hadn't seen in years, screaming out names and pulling them into bear hugs only to talk shit about them minutes later. I knew a lot of people like that in high school. A lot. But some of them were the most unique, quirky, clever people you could ever meet. Some were humble, some were even averse to attention until they were actually on stage. One in particular haven't even speaking. One in particular, I hadn't even heard speak outside of yes and no on his lines. There were those who liked the poetry of the words, those who loved plowing the psychological depths of a given character, and those who treated scripts as treasure hunts or puzzles, reading them over and over for a single line that would allow them to completely reinterpret the character's motivation. Oh my god, I'm so fucking gone. I have a text message, hold up.
Mary told, fuck you. Mary, don't fuck you. That made me sad. What the hickety hell, Mary? What the hickety hell?
Hold up, I'm texting. Texting and streaming, it's the worst thing to do. I'm gonna go take a piss. So I'll be right back.